Let's talk about outfits that can help you for when you're bloated. I see a lot of videos out there about being bloated and the type of foods that cause bloating. One thing I haven't seen in videos is how to dress when you're bloated. And I think this is such an important element because as someone that has bloating on their mind every single day, it's part of who I am and what I wear, and it also sets my comfort level for the day. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that you can apply to your outfits and know how to choose those outfits so you can hide your stomach when you're bloated. So if you're like me, everything makes you bloated, from dairy products to gluten products to produce, periods, right? I choose my outfit of the day based on the lunch I'm going to have and the type of activities I'm going to have. So while doing a little bit of research on this whole bloating situation, because I wanted to see what videos are out there, and reading through those comments, I noticed that a lot of people are going through the same thing. And while I thought that it's just me and I'm lactose intolerant and I am more sensitive to dairy products perhaps, across the board, a lot more people are dealing with this than I thought. So it's a lot more frequent than people think. And this is why I wanted to address it. I thought it was so important. I found myself one of these times doing some activities with the kids and I realized that there's a specific outfit that I have to wear. A lot of the times the outfit that I prepared the night before doesn't work the next day because I might still be bloated in the morning. And also depending on the type of lunch I prepare for that day, it might have dairy products and I know in advance that it's not going to make me feel comfortable. So then I have to redo my whole outfit. So let me show you what you should be looking for. So I'm going to talk about what you need to wear when you're already there and you have to deal with it. I think a big part of it is that all of this is in our mind. It's not like people are analyzing us in detail and looking at how many inches our bellies has grown or not overnight or after breakfast. But regardless if it's in our mind or outside of our mind, we still deal with it and it still affects our perception. You want to feel comfortable, you want to feel confident, and you don't want to have to worry about hiding your belly. Really, that's what it comes down to. Stay tuned till the end on bonus tips on how to prevent being bloated. Here's the key point I want to make throughout building these looks because I think it's important to understand why you're choosing these specific items. When you're bloated, your frame looks different. Normal clothes don't look the same anymore, so you want to reshape your posture and your overall image with clothes that do have built-in structure and provide this illusion that flatter you in other places and takes away the attention from your stomach and highlights other features of your body. So there are two things you need to look out for. First, you want to look for items that are not tight and not loose. They have to be fitted. Keyword is fitted, and the reason for it is because if it's too tight, then it's going to make it very obvious that you have a bulging stomach. If it's too loose, then it will also give the impression that you're overall looking bigger. It's not flattering. So fitted might show a little bit of the bulge, but at the same time it gives you that shoulder structure and the straighter shape, which neutralizes the overall look, and the image from head to toe looks much better structured and more appealing. My second tip is that you want the eyeline to cut the bloated area in half. These are the main two ideas that I used when creating the looks I'm going to show you. This dress is very structured, and if you notice, the most important part is that it's A-line. It's essentially the waistline, which is much higher than your stomach, and the eye kind of stops here. It's very flattering and concealing, and it's also a little bit looser here. So it resembles a baby doll dress. A little cropped sweater. It's still on the looser side, but if you notice, it's cutting me right here at the waistline actually. So for the eye, when it's looking down, it's not going to stop at my stomach. And when I turn, it's a little bit concealing as well, right, as I have movement. It's very comfortable. It's not restraining in any way. pro tip, always make sure you have a zipper jacket or cardigan at work in a neutral color so you can quickly just throw it on at any time, especially if you had a heavier lunch and all of a sudden you find yourself bloated. So make sure you have a couple of pair of pants or clothes that are on a looser side, perhaps size up a little bit, and they're there handy for days when you're, on your period, for example. The t-shirt itself is fitted. It's not tight and it's also not loose. So if you look at it this way, it provides a nice straight shape. When all fails, wear black. I think that's just the golden rule, right? Let's see, this is a very conservative look. It has nice structure, shoulder pads. The blazers, I want to say, one of my favorite pieces in a wardrobe because they provide so much structure and you could wear this with anything, very versatile. You can wear it with jeans, with a dress, dress it up or down. So for this particular look, this is the all black look and you really can't go wrong with this. This is how it would look without me sucking it in nicely. And then with the jacket, right? So no matter where you are, I have a lot of stand-up meetings, for example, where people are staring at me from head to toe. So on days like that, I would wear something like this, a blazer, and I know my sides are covered because that's usually where you see the bloatness. The front doesn't show, so you're all set. Now let's talk about things that you should be avoiding when you're bloated. Number one is avoid any items that have really tight elastic around their waistband, and that's kind of obvious, right? So while it might feel comfortable in the morning when you put it on, be mindful of the times after lunch when it might not be. For me particularly, what applies are tights, the black tights, which I wear a lot during winter, and they have a specific little strip of elastic and they feel great, they fit and they're nice. And most of the times I'm noticing after lunch, they kind of just cut me in right through the stomach and they are so uncomfortable. On specific days when I know I prepared lunch ahead and it might be, again, bloating, I have to be mindful of that and perhaps not wear dresses or skirts for which I would need to wear those tights because of this reason. The second thing you want to avoid are monochrome outfits. These would be, one piece, one color. And while usually I think these looks are very stylish and chic and they make you look very elegant and put together, when you're bloated, it kind of stands out, your belly stands out. So especially if it's one color. So you want to avoid particular dresses that are one long piece and then it's appealing perhaps from the, front or the back, but then on the side, it's kind of more revealing. So at least that's one of the items that I noticed that I was wearing. This dress is such a good example for what not to wear. So the illusion is that you might think, well, it's black and it's nice and, concealing. But really, if you look from the side, it's actually not concealing at all. Here, let me get closer. It's actually pretty obvious that I have a belly. So what you want to do is put on a jacket to hide the side view and also break the side view and also break the eyeline over here, right? So it's not one view. You see, much better. And the last tip on things to avoid would be clothes that are tight around the waistline and they have the closure in the waistline, such as mid-rise jeans or mid-rise pants or low-rise. I think it's kind of obvious, right? They get tight, they tend to slide down, or perhaps they even give you a muffin top and all of a sudden everything's tight and it doesn't look very good either from most sides. So I don't know if you're used to looking at yourself in a mirror, like a full body length mirror, but these are the things that I've noticed that don't look very appealing when I'm bloated. And for those of you that made it till the end, here are the bonus tips. Number one is have a special breakfast. This would be your default breakfast that you can go to anytime you need to, does not bloat you. So for me, it would be eggs, like boiled eggs, for example. Some fruit, berries perhaps. Those are also anti-inflammatory. And the reason why this is important is because some days you have specific events or activities that you know are happening and you need to be in tip-top shape. For me, for example, when I film full body length outfit, looks, I have to be very mindful of that. Also, you might have a presentation at work. You might have people looking at you in a meeting. Perhaps you're on, talking in a group or whatever the reason is. If you know there's something specific coming up and you want to try your best to avoid foods that are bloating you, if you have a default breakfast you can go to without even thinking twice, that would be very helpful. So always keep that in your back pocket or plate. For those of you who are lactose intolerant, my second tip would be to use the Lactose pills or lactose intolerant pills. They actually help. Different brands work in different ways. Sometimes you might need to take more than other times. Make sure you follow directions and take it with the first bite of food. And with ice cream and such things, you have to take more than one. I always keep them handy everywhere I go. They're in every purse, in the cars, at home, at work, in every drawer at work. You have to also be mindful that you have to take it within the first bite and take more if you need to throughout your meal. These are little things that can help. I mean, it doesn't get rid of it 100%, but it helps and prevents from getting perhaps a few inches even more bloated than you normally would. And the last tip, which I think you all know, is to drink water. Water, lots and lots of water, about 16 ounces I think to just start first thing in the morning. It should also help hydrate you. If you think about it, you just spend 7 to 8 hours without drinking any water. So I heard that it's helpful to drink a lot of water beforehand. Thank you for watching. For everyone out there, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and for more styling inspiration, check out my videos down below or my playlist. And I will see you soon. Bye!